In the top story we're tracking at this hour, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma has tabled a bill in the State Assembly to ban polygamy, making it an offence with up to 7 years of imprisonment for first offence. With permission from Speaker Biswajit Daimari, the Chief Minister, who also holds the Home and Political Departments, introduced the Assam Prohibition of Polygamy Bill 2025. The bill introduction took place in the absence of MLAs from the Congress, CPIM and Raijor Dal, who walked out of the House shortly before the bill was presented. The proposed bill will apply statewide except in 6th scheduled areas and will not cover members of the scheduled tribes as defined under Article 342 of the Constitution. The bill makes polygamy a criminal offence carrying up to 7 years' imprisonment. Anyone who commits a subsequent marriage while hiding an existing one shall face 10 years of jail and fine. A repeat offender under the proposed act will be handed down double the prescribed punishment for every subsequent offence. Let me in fact go over to the big screen over there and take you through the details of this bill that has been presented in the Assam Parliament, the Prohibition of Polygamy Act 2025. The Chief Minister has presented this bill and we'll take you through the details of what exactly is in it. Assam to prohibit and eliminate practices of polygamy and polygamous marriage. So that of course is the cornerstone of this bill that has been presented. Repeat offence after conviction to get double punishment for every subsequent violation. So a repeat offender will in fact be punished for every subsequent violation of this bill. Kaubura village head, Qazi, parents or guardians hiding polygamy to face charges. So it's not just the people, but anybody in the know of such an offence will also be charged under this new bill. Anyone fraudulently helping perform and solemnize polygamous marriage to be punished. So of course the people who will be behind solemnizing such a marriage will also face punishment. Assam residents marrying polygamously outside state after act commencement remain punishable. So any resident of Assam, now it doesn't matter if this marriage takes place in the state or outside of it, all residents come under the purview of this act. Married non-residents involved in polygamous marriage to face punishment. So as we saw, of course, even married non-residents will be facing punishment once this bill comes into effect. Married non-residents involved in previous marriages, polygamous marriages to face punishment. So that of course is what we saw, that all residents of the states, even if they are not residing currently, all Assamese nationals will be facing punishment. Authorities shall consider application of victim women following such procedure, allow compensation. So compensation may also be provided to any women who come to be victims under any sort of a polygamous marriage. So they will also be eligible for receiving compensation after this. My colleague Nibir Deka is with us on the broadcast. Nibir, a very important bill presented by the Assamese Chief Minister in the State Assembly. Take us through what he has stated about this bill as well, and what exactly will we see coming into effect once it becomes an act.
This is a very crucial bill which has been tabled at the Assam Legislative Assembly winter session. There is a history attached to the bill as well. There has been repeated cases of marriages which has been solemnized outside the legal marriage, which has led to a lot of problems socially when it comes to domestic violence, also when it comes to financial difficulties, polygamous relationships, especially when it comes to having more than one wives. This has been an issue in Assam. There has been several measures, both social and as well as police action, done previously to alert people on this, and as a result of that, a bill has been tabled in the assembly. If you see the bill, it has certain exemptions. Tribal areas such as the Scheduled 6 areas, which is dominated by the tribal communities under the Scheduled 6, and also certain areas have been exempted from the bill. However, the remaining parts of the state are they have to follow once this bill becomes a law. What is very crucial here is that if someone is found marrying more than one person while having a living spouse or subsisting marriage, that will not be considered legal, and it will draw penalties as well as compensation. And not just penalties and compensation, there are also certain prohibitions done in terms of getting a government job, or also the potential suspension from a government job. So these sections have been put under the section 4. Entirely the polygamy has been prohibited, and also if there is also an appeal for divorce is ongoing, there also their polygamy will not be allowed. Up to 7 years of imprisonment plus fine will be there, and 10 years of imprisonment is also there if there is a prior marriage is concealed. So these measures have been done primarily, if you see, at the local level, at the grassroots level, where we have been covering and working extensively, is that a lot of the women have faced several issues, especially abandonment and also financial difficulties, when more than one marriage is solemnized illegally without the consent of the woman at times. And as a result of that, this law has been tabled in the winter session of the Assam Legislative Assembly. Back to you.
Absolutely, Nibir. Thank you so much for taking us through all of the contents of this very important bill that has been presented in the Assam State Assembly. I also have with me Biswa Kalyan Purkayasa, who is a senior journalist, joining us on the broadcast. So thank you for taking the time to join us here on NewsX. And we of course have just gone through this very important bill that has been presented by the Assam Chief Minister. How do you view this step taken by the State Assembly to ban polygamous marriage? And as we saw, up to 7 to 10 years of punishment has been prescribed, with offenders also being not being able to get a government job once they are found committing such an offence.
Yeah, Assam government is taking this a step forward than whatever we already had in our legal system. They're making it harder for the accused, and also here not only the person who will be the primarily accused, his parents, who I mean, if they knew the entire thing and they tried to hide it, they will also face up to 2 years of imprisonment. Also those qazis or priests who will be involved, they are also facing I mean, there are provision for punishment for them also. So this is a wholesome process, and here they are not just taking action against one person, against the entire system, so that it becomes more effective. And Assam government, since last 2 years, they're fighting, they're taking strict steps against child marriage, polygamy, and all these issues which were not properly addressed. I mean, not addressed in this manner. So I think this is a very welcome step, and but also when it becomes law, and it should not go get misused in. This is also one of the concerns, because sometimes in the name of justice they can harass people. So these things will also be, I mean, needs to be taken care. But overall, I think this is a very powerful step towards the towards this very old system. And in our society, there are both men and women suffering due to these things. So I think this is a welcome step.
Of course, sir, but what we're seeing also is when the bill was presented, we saw an opposition walkout, and there have been statements that have been made about how this bill is wrong, and there is some pushback being witnessed in the name of culture and community as well. So how do you view such an opposition to the bill, and how do we address these concerns as well?
Opposition working out is something. I mean, they have their own point of view, but they did not come up with a clear picture what they are actually I mean opposing, and the discussion is still not taken place. Once the bill is brought to discussion, it will give us more points. And yeah, some of them accused the government of making this law against making this communal, religious, and it will target only one particular community. But from the government side, it was I mean clarified. It was told that the polygamy is being practiced by people across religion. So and the bill does not target any religion particularly. So there is a scope for discussion. There is a place for discussion, for further discussion. Let's see what happens.
Of course. I also have with me Ms. Tahira Hassan, women's right activist, who is also joining us. Ma'am, thank you for taking the time to sit with us here on NewsX. Now, we're of course looking at this very important bill that has been presented in the Assam Assembly. Firstly, of course, how do you view this step being taken by the government? Do you think this will help address what my colleague Nibir also told us? There have been a lot of cases of abandonment and such that have come out because of this, and some women victims of this will also be receiving compensation under this bill. So how are you looking at this step that has been taken by the state government, and also if you could put forward your perspective when it comes to the sort of pushback also that is coming in against this banning of polygamy?
I'm a women rights activist, so naturally I welcome this for not only for one community, because if you talk in the regard of the Islam, polygamy mostly is taken in the regarding Islamic practices and all. So in Islam also Quran says that husband cannot get second wife unless until wife permits. And this is human nature. Wife can never permit, no wife can permit her husband to go and get another one. It's an assault on her dignity. So that's why it is given in the Islam. So in the Quran, that is Islamic doctrine. So I think that is a good step and must be welcomed, that polygamy must be banned in all communities like tribals. They keep more than one wife. I think it is the assault. You treat women as a commodity. You just dump her, abandon her in dustbin, use and throw. You want to get another one for your enjoyment. You just get fed up for the first wife. You go for the second wife. So I think polygamy, don't take it. I just against this, that not should be taken in this that way, that only in the Muslim. Yes, it is in Muslim. It is a more in practice, people say. I haven't seen much polygamies. 4 people I have come across that they have more than 2 wives. But I am sure that both the women were not happy in that marriage. So this should be banned at any cost. I mean, you cannot treat women like that. You cannot treat as a, animal. You think that she's a brainless, she's an animal, you can use and throw, you can get another one. Just like a toy, you play and it's broken now, you will get the new one. So that is all fine. That I agree with this banning, and I stand with this, And I agree with this also, that the Qazis must not be part of polygamy. They should not take, and the parents should also, accountability must be fixed on Qazis, parents, both girls' parents and the boys' parents. So this is all fine, but thing is this, that we are the largest democracy that is run by the constitution, Baba Sahib Bhimrao Ambedkar constitution. Today is the constitution day also, 26th November. So the discussion, in discussion, the opposition must be involved. I mean, we want to know what are their views, that I express my views, that I have no problem in banning the polygamy. It's a good step, first step towards the welfare of the women. But there are few things should be taken like that, that it should not be misused, this law, and this should be for all, because there are many communities where the polygamy is in practice. So it should be banned, because our country is run by the constitution. And Baba Sahib Bhimrao Ambedkar says no society can be said civilized where the women is not, women doesn't have access on education, health, knowledge and decision making. And I believe no woman can allow her husband, no wife can allow her husband to get another wife. So I stand with this, but there are few points that should be taken under consideration. Discussion with the opposition is also very important part in democracy. All views must come. How do they see? What are their views? What they want? I mean, everybody should come, and the views of everyone should be taken. And the women of the Assam, women of the country,
Yes.
they also give their